Hello, this is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness, and thank you for watching. I appreciate all you subscribers. Please share, like. I love all the comments and feedback. It's wonderful, especially the constructive criticisms. Anything to make it better. This full moon is happening in June, the beginning of June, and it's happening at 11 degrees, for 9 seconds. Sagittarius. So this is really wonderful because what's going on, first let's back up a little. We've had a lot of commotion with Mercury retrograde, right? Mercury has been in Gemini. It's an air sign. It's erratic. It's very staccato and not smooth or fluid. So there's also, remember that Mercury rules siblings and cousins also. Okay, aside of technology, transportation, communication, which includes phones, emails, and electronics. So a lot of people have been having, certain difficulties with that. Sometimes something just comes up and we don't know. Just don't take it personal. Just go, okay. And if you're having communication problems with one of your, siblings or cousins and stuff like that, whatever you do, don't have arguments through text. It's ridiculous, okay? You can't. Or by phone. It's face-to-face, have a discussion, see what's going on. And even then, try and speak in complete sentences. Don't use the expression, well, you know what I mean. Well, if they did, then they wouldn't have to be guessing, because a lot of times people don't. When we say that, we're just so frustrated that we can't find the vocabulary to express ourselves, okay? And that's what happens. So anyway, with this full moon, it's really interesting because the full moon is conjunct the vertex. So a lot of, fateful things are happening, and it's opposite. Check this out. It's opposite, of course, the sun. The full moon's always opposite the sun, but it's also opposite Sappho. It's opposite Eros, and it's opposite Mars. All right, and it's also opposite Mercury. So we got a lot of things going on. So we really don't feel it's smooth yet. We're not coming in. But what's nice, it's a full moon. So we got endings to this. We got to tie up those ends, because Mercury goes retrograde after the I do believe it goes direct, sorry, you know me, I'm always switching things around, after the 11th, okay, but there's still the storm, so which gives us a good 2 weeks, because we feel the effects of the full moon, all right, and things are developing. So things are now, we're closing off those fringes, tying them off, I should say, sealing those envelopes, letting it free, and just allowing it to breathe. And that's very important, because the more you hold on to something, even resentment, you're building toxins within your body, and you're only hurting yourself, and you don't want to do that. Remember, if it's opposing, the full moon is opposing Mars, we're not going to feel like we're having a smooth way to move, especially since Mars is already in Gemini, and so there's no smoothness, all right? And we want to, there's feeling still a lot of obstacles and a lack of being able to move forward. It's all right. Don't. It's full moon. Mercury's in retrograde. Take a step back. What is the hurry? Are you really going to die if it doesn't happen? No. Are you losing a deal that's worth, $15,000 or more? No. Okay. Another week or two is fine. All right. Remember, what you focus on is what you're going to get. So if you're focused on what you're not receiving, instead of being grateful for what you're getting and being thankful, then that's what you're going to get. And also, too, remember, money is neutral. And I say that because during the Mercury retrograde, there's people who want to sign contracts. Now, if you have your personal Mercury in retrograde, that is fine. Then you are good. You're used to that, and it's moving it forward. But if you don't, it's not a good time for you to sign a new contract. It is not a good time for you to declare a new project and then move forward with it. All right, because you're not paying attention to all the T's and the I's. So if you don't have to finalize anything, the projects or contracts, and you do not have a natal Mercury retrograde, then wait a few more days. Give yourself more time to, make sure that this is what you want. This is what's going on. Because a lot of times, if we got what we wanted at every instant, we might have regret. So this is a good time to take a step back, take a nice deep breath. A lot of people will go, oh no, Mercury retrograde. Oh no, full moon. Oh gosh, no. There's no reason to fear. I mean, the sky's not falling, okay, at all. You know, and this is a very sociable time too, just to let you know, because we have Mercury's conjunct the Sun, and also too because Mars is conjunct the Sun. So we are going to have a time of, you know, even short-lived passions, you know, noche divertidas, you know, like they like to call it, all right? We also have the Moon conjunct the Vertex, so we mentioned that. We also have... let's see here, Uranus, which is trine Juno, which is trine Pallas retrograde. So we got all that time of what is going on. Certain things are happening and what we think we need as a partner. Okay, it's no longer what we thought. We might have thought we needed something, but then we go, oh, wait a minute, you know, I am on a different path this time, and I'm keep referring to Mercury retrograde, even though it is the full moon also, because it's together. And this is an opportunity to really see is, okay, you know, certain foods did well for me when I was younger, but now I'm at a different stage of life and I have different needs and I'm using my body and my mind differently. I might need different stuff. You know, just like a car, we had a car, one car type of car when we were younger. We have a new, different kind of car now. And we have another one when we get older, perhaps, or not. But we're not always going to put the same kind of gas, the same kind of people we're going to take to fix it. And that's okay. All right. But the most important thing to remember during this time, very important, especially because Pluto's in Capricorn, and it's about dealing with our psychological issues, you know, is also to remember that, I'm looking at my notes to see if there was any aspects with Pluto, important aspects, is always to remember that if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot take care of anybody else. Everybody knows I'm an energy healer, curandera, and so I get clients, so I tell them, okay, you got to change your lifestyle, we're going to change, and I give them a list, you know, on how to change their eating habits. Oh, but I don't have time for that. I go, well, you sure have time to mess up your body, and the way you're going, you're not going to be able to help anybody else, so really, think about it. Oh, and they think, well, they feel guilty then. That's a total of perspective, total ideas of perspective, and that needs to be changed, okay? So you come see me. Right now we got Venus. It's really cool because Venus is conjunct Apollo, which really goes with that Mars conjunct the Moon and Nereida, you know. So it's a far conjunction with Nereida, but it is conjunct Eros. So there is a lot of possibilities the next 2 weeks of some good passionate nights, but nothing to base a relationship on. Besides, if you're really a third stage, full of feminine essence, masculine essence, what is it that you're looking for in a relationship? Just because that's what everybody else says you should be doing, you know? Or are you looking for a relationship to financially maintain yourself? Or because you yourself cannot give yourself emotional support? What is it? What is it that you're looking for? And the key is to put it out there and ask for it and not to be ashamed of it, you know? Everybody's different. I mean, look at nowadays, a lot of people don't live together, you know, after they've had their marriage and kids, because a lot of people enjoy their time alone. You know, they get to do what they need to do, and then, hey, you know, they got their friends to go do stuff together. And that's fine as long as you're being safe and understanding and respectable to each other's souls, needs, wants, and desires, all right? We have Vesta, which is conjunct Amor also. So this is, again, we're getting, a lot of things of, is that the one? Is that the one? To start something, a new project, again, a new relationship, Mercury retrograde, not necessarily. Though, going back to an old relationship and redefining it, really making attempts is good. Yet, since it is a full moon, it's also time to see why it didn't work or what is it. You know, full moons are not necessarily endings, but it's an opportunity to redefine, okay, and throw out what wasn't working. You know, it's kind of like you still have your purse, but you're going to empty it out sometimes, okay, and that's very important. More or less, let's see here, we have Jupiter that's conjunct, is it? Okay, yes, we have Jupiter conjunct Juno, so this is a really good time to see what is it with our parents. Why do you want to be a parent? If you want to be a parent, can you be a parent? Are you doing it because you should be, or is it because, oops, you forgot to take care of a situation? Children feel everything, and this is very important because a lot of times people forget that childhood diseases stem from the environment since conception. All right, from both what they're hearing. Remember, they say you need to listen to classical music because of the beats that the solfeggio beats that the children hear, and to read out loud to the child. Well, they also sense all the tension. That's why in the olden times they used to say, please, you're pregnant, stay in bed, relax, to give a nurturing and loving environment. What we have nowadays with this, the way the economy is, women are working too, and they're working full time. And they're going through a lot of stress, especially if they already have a child, you know. And so we're getting people a lot more autism, ADD, ADHD, panic, children with panic disorders, all right, and depression. And they're just closing off because it is too much sense and nervous system going on while they're in there, and they create a defense mechanism of shutting down. If you're not understanding exactly what I'm saying, think about all the times, you know, with your parents or your wife or your husband or someone who's always, you know, they're nagging you. And we say nagging because it's probably, we deserve that nag because we're being too lazy to make changes in our life. But sometimes we just, I know I've had students and people in my life that just, I'm looking straight into their eyes and they're seeing just way past me, you know, and I'm like, hey, focus. You know, and but we turn off. Well, it's a defense mechanism. That means too many things are going on. You know, as an energy healer, I had one youngster who had this fear of dogs, yet it's never had a situation. And the mother, even when she was pregnant, wasn't. But when they had gone walking, and she was, the child was less than a year old, and it was in a stroller, she had her dog. And another dog came to attack. Well, the dog went to defend, and because the mother was so nervous, the baby, she picked up the baby, and it was so feeling all that, it absorbed all that. Remember, a human soul, from conception all the way to, you know, 13 years old, absorbs, more so up to 7, but even up to 13, absorbs everything its surroundings. It doesn't care what, so everything it sees. It starts being more discriminate and creating opinions and perceptions and their belief systems after that, even when before, but more so, okay, and becoming their own person. And that's very important because you have to realize what is it that we are exposing to them, and is it necessary, all right? So, this is a very, very favorable time, okay, for all those people born around the cusp, cusp of cardinal signs and also fire signs, okay, it's very good. And we also have, let me look at my notes here, we got, so for the next, around June 5th and 6th, you guys making your notes here, you know, there are some times of separations, pains, you know, due to Venus and Leo, okay? Why? Because it's going to create a opposite from Saturn, all right, in Sagittarius, okay? So even some physical injuries because they're both in fire signs, all right? So let's see here. Then we got, you know, again, some need for separation and freedom around the 7th and 8th, okay? So just give people their space during these 2 weeks. Don't be so needy. If you're needy, if you're constantly talking, if you're getting in other people's stuff, if you're still crying and whining about an old story, oh, they did this to me. No one does anything to us. We allow it. Okay, and if you're using that for attention, you need to get another story because you're also doing yourself harm. You're being sick, you're creating a sickness within yourself. And then to actually expose that negativity out is very arrogant, okay? So we need to do more positive and do things more and enhance more positive. If you're a real friend doesn't just listen. It says, okay, you said the story once, no more. What are you going to do to change it? What do you mean, what am I going to do? I can't do anything. No, we can always do something, and that's very important. Okay, especially with Mars being in Gemini, it's time to not be all talk. All right, especially because we got Venus in going into a Leo pretty soon. So this is because of the full moon. We are seeing a lot of ideas of separation, needing our space in the next 2 weeks. All right. So June 10th, we have a perigee moon. So the moon is going to be a little bit bigger. We're going to see it physically closer. And, that's going to be interesting. We always have beautiful skies at that time. All right. So, but because of Mercury going forward in direct around June 11th, there is possible telecommunication because of the storm. Remember, anytime Mercury switches, there's a storm because all that energy is being pulled, okay? And so there's possibility of, again, transportation, telecommunication, electronics, technological misunderstandings and chaos. Just random chaos. Stay away from big areas, If you don't have to go driving for the next, the 10th, 11th, and 12th, don't. All right? Just take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. One of my friends always say, take it easy. Okay, actually, a couple of my friends say that. So, yeah, also know that we got Neptune going, stationing, all right? Because it is going retrograde also. So there's even more confusion. So you got 2 planets there, okay? And Mercury rules Pisces, which is also a mutable sign. It squares Gemini. So we're not really seeing a good case of having stability there. So you really have to ground ourselves, meditate, count to 10. Eat your fruits and vegetables to really ground. Don't let yourself get all wild up, Remember, you have control of your situation. How do you want your situation depends upon you. Okay, so no anxiety or times like that, okay? No depression. Don't get all, just say I'm good, I'm safe, I'm protected. Okay? And then, we have, let's see here. The new moon is on the 16th, and that's on 25th of Gemini, towards the end of Gemini, and we'll talk more about that in the next video. But here, we do have, because of stuff going on around the 14th, it's very, very, with Mars conjunct the Sun, with the fixed star, there could be some blocks, again, anxiety, confusions. They'll be it's an exciting time, spontaneous, enjoy. Don't expect a lot. Just live in the moment. That's what's the most important. Also, because we have Saturn going retrograde into Scorpio at a critical degree. Did I say, sorry, not disease, degree. Okay. There is very fixed ideas, especially those who are fixed signs, Taurus and Leos, Aquarius and Scorpios. So it's even more so. So during this time, during the retrograde, and trust me, the retrograde is going to be finished by September, if I'm not mistaken, or end of August. Someone correct me. Oh, it goes direct at beginning of August. There you go. So, just another 2 months, okay? And just take a deep breath, and then it goes forward again. And this is a time, with Saturn going into Scorpios, for all those Scorpios and all those fixed signs and water signs, take a look at what's going on in their life, and to revisit the lessons they have learned in the past couple of years, and see, did they learn that lesson? Okay, or do they need to tweak it a little? And these are all opportunities. Anything retrograde is an opportunity. It is not okay. It's an opportunity to adjust, see things for how they are in a new light, with new opportunities, taking ourselves out of it. Well, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. I love your comments, okay? And share. I really appreciate that, because the more I share, it's wonderful. And then also you could contact me, write me, email me. We're having technical difficulties with my website. Actually, what's going on is I'm revamping my website, okay? So, go ahead, contact me direct, those of you know, on Facebook, okay? Email, text, and get a report for your 6-month report, energy healings, how to deal with your anxieties, panic attacks, depressions, if you got pains going on, physical pains, all that needs to be, revamped. Remember, I'm a life coach, health coach, and intimacy coach, with all that too, and I use astrology to help enlighten our people. And all of the with the help of the universe. I really thank you all. Thank you very much. And I'll get the Spanish one out going for those of you, but please do share. And thank you for your support. This is, remember too, with the full moon in Sagittarius, it's also dealing about the crown chakra, okay? Believe it or not, and the pineal chakra. So please review those videos for how to eat, okay, what oils and crystals and incense to put, and yoga positions to help open up those that chakra. So we're talking about your pineal, okay, and crown chakra for that. And namaste, thank you. And the tarot, stay tuned for the tarot. Chasita.